Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another edition of Crush Lusher Television. All right, so we're knocking out these free response ones. This is one where it was pretty recently. This is 2016, number 6. So this one's a no calculator one. This has to do with composite functions. It's kind of like the stuff we did at the beginning of the year, with a bunch of little tricks thrown in. So the answers are right there if you want. But I want you to try A, B, and C, cover that up, try and do this as best as you can without any help right now. Do as much as you can, and then you watch the rest of the video, and then look at the answers and see what you did wrong and see what you did right, and then see how you can do better once you knock that AP out May 12th at 1 p.m. There's going to be 2 free responses, I believe, and so this could be something very similar to it, so let's make sure we can get it. All right. Let's begin. Pause the video and see how far you can get. A, B, C. Cool. All right, let's see what I did. All right, so here's my, sorry, I drew the box a little big, so I had to do a little scratchy scratch out. So, part A, K of X equals F of G of X. I want the tangent line at X equals 3 of K. Okay, all right, so tangent line, what you need is you need a point first, right? And then you need slope, because it's in point slope form. And so X is 3, and so K of X is going to be F of G of 3. And so G of 3 is 6, F of 6 is 4. So 3, 4 is your point. Now you have to know what the slope is at 3. But before I do that, I'm going to find just what the slope is in general. Just find the derivative. So derivative of this is actually chain rule. Hello. So derivative of the outside, keep the inside, times derivative of the inside. Chain rule. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to apply it to this. So F prime of G of 3 times G prime of 3. So G of 3 is 6. F prime of 6 is 5. So this is 5 times G prime of 3, which is 2. 5 times 2, which is 10. So that's your slope. So it's y minus the 4 equals 10 times x minus 3. Boom. Got it. Okay, so that is part A. All right, let's do part B. So h of x is g of x divided by f of x. Is that what it says? Did I write this wrong? It's f of x. F of x, yeah, sorry. Wrote it down wrong. Always double check if you're not sure. F of x. Find h prime of 1. Okay, so just find the derivative first and then plug in 1. Easy, okay. So h prime of x, find the derivative first. Ooh, I can find the derivative of this and the derivative of this, so this means I need to do the quotient rule. Low d high minus high d low over the square of what's below. There we go. So this derivative is that. So now I'm always going to plug in 1. So h prime of 1. So f of 1 times g prime of 1 minus g of 1 f prime of 1 over f of 1 all squared. So f of 1, let's say f of 1 is negative 6. G prime of 1 is 8 minus g of 1, which is 2. F prime of 1, which is 3. Over the square of what's below. Sorry, I can't say either of these, my bad. So it's negative 6 times 8 minus 2 times 3 over f of 1 squared. F of 1 squared is negative 6 squared. And so this right here would be an acceptable answer. If you leave it like that, you're good. But if you want to simplify it, that's okay. It has everything right there. I would leave it like that if I were you. But negative 3 over 2, boom, boom, is the final answer. So if you got that, you're good. Okay, dokie. Now let's do the last part. Always the most challenging, always the one we got to focus on. This is what's going to separate you from everybody else, is knocking out these more challenging pieces like this. Okay. So now you have to find an integral, okay, of f double prime of 2x. So this is actually, I need to find the antiderivative of this. That's the first thing I do. So antiderivative, this looks like a chain rule. So in order to undo the chain rule, I do the opposite. So I'm going to find the derivative of this, which is 2, and I'm going to divide by that derivative. So I'm going to divide by 2, which is times a half. Half times a half and divided by 2, f prime 2x. Well, why? Why is that the antiderivative? And I'm going to plug in 1 and 3. How do you get that, Mr. Irish? Well, I always check by doing the chain rule off to the side. So if you want to do it, so write that down, derivative of the outside, keep the inside, times derivative of the inside. And then a half times 2 is 1, and you just get this back. So the derivative of this is actually this, so I just double check. So now I'm going to plug in 3 and 1 here. So it's 1/2 f prime of 2 times 3, which is 6, minus 1/2 times f prime of 2 times 1, which is 2. There we go. So 1/2 f prime of 6, f prime of 6 is 5, minus 1/2 f prime of 2, f prime of 2 is -2. So this is a half of 5 is 2.5, minus 1 minus -1, so it's +1. So you get 3.5 is the answer. That's what I got. 3.5, something like that. See if we got it right. Yep, 7/2, 3.5, same thing. Cool, got it. So that's this one. Now reflect upon how you did. If you need to redo it. Always keep practicing. Let's do well on May 12th. Good work, everybody. Take care.